Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter every time and give you my honest thoughts on how it's being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out Aeons and Legacy of Gravehold. With War on the Horizon, what will be the legacy of Gravehold? So I believe this is a big box expansion, at least I think that's what I'm getting into here. It's already raised $385,000, and currently it's number 4 on the most popular tabletop games thing. But that's weird, it doesn't show the two that I would expect to be up there. Very odd. But anywho, let's check it out. So I like the thing here. I'd like to see a price though. On some point, I always like when they put the price up in front. But as always, when I go into Kickstarter, I'm thinking 3 things: do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Hopefully, they can convince me of at least 1 or 2 of those in this video. Let's go. Oh, okay. Whoa. Oh. Woo! Cards! Wow. Wow. So, I need to look at this from 2 perspectives, so I gotta make sure I do this, because first thing I want to mention is I am an absolutely humongous Aeons End fanboy. Like, I am immediately always hyped whenever there's new Aeons End coverage stuff, even though I haven't tried any of the new stuff in quite some time. I played a whole bunch of the old expansions, which, by the way, if you want to be a content creator, review, like, games 5th and 6th and 7th expansions. Nobody else does. But anywho, I'm a big fan of this, but I'm trying to look at it from the perspective of, if I haven't played Aeons End, what do I think about that video? Because it definitely appealed to Aeons End's fans, but I don't know. Once upon a time, a group of people built a city under the ground because the surface was frightful and full of terrifying monsters. Oh, I always normally check here to make sure, can you do it? But this is Indie-born Guards, so, you know, they put out boatloads and boatloads of games. I don't really need to go here. Can you do it is an obvious check mark, which is great. Once upon a time, a group of people built the city under the thing, so you give me the story. Awesome, get me into the theme. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what we're getting here. This sounds like it's an expansion to the Legacy game. I think that's the first question I'd like to see answered. Just insanely clear and concise. What is this game? Was this just like an expansion for everything, or what is it? But the truth, so our mages find themselves in conflict with one another, and you must choose which group to fight with. Well, it'll be the Legacy of Gravehold. Cool. Theme there. Awesome. In this final Legacy chapter, backers will get double the content and narrative as they navigate through a civil war. So this is something that I need to have the first 2 in order to play. That's my question. I bet it's covered in the FAQ, but I'm still having the question now. Aeons End, Legacy of Gravehold is a cooperative deck building game for 1 to 4 that pits and plays in 60 minutes and uses the same critically acclaimed deck building system. The core system, a number of innovative mechanisms, including variable turn order. Okay. That's still not answering my question. How to play. If you aren't familiar with Aeons End, you can check out BGG page or the Dice Tower review with Seal of Excellence for more information. We encourage you to go, awesome, looks good. I still, like, I'm looking at this from, I know a good deal about Aeons End. Like, I haven't played any of the new stuff. I played the first big box expansion and all the small box expansions before that. So I know a good deal about Aeons End, and I've followed it. You know, I'd love to check out the Legacy game one day. And I still don't know. So how, like, what about the people who don't know anything about Aeons End? Like, I still don't know if I have to play the first Legacy game in order to play this. Legacy of Gravehold brings an epic conclusion to the Aeons End story you followed since Aeons End Legacy. The branching narrative brings you more than twice the... I think you already said all that. Cool. Okay, here we go. As with all of our Aeons End releases, nearly all Legacy of Gravehold content can be combined with other Aeons End games. That's awesome. Okay. That's good. but this is still a standalone thing. Awesome. So that kind of answers the question that I was wondering. Want to play again and see how a different story could play out? Our reset pack has you covered. Cool. Oh, and they're great. I do like the fact they get to the price. So do I want it is an obvious yes. Can you do it is an obvious yes. How much is it is right here. And you didn't make me go too far. So I appreciate that. So it should be an easy 2 for me, because I always have the recommendation system. Either a 0, which means just keep clicking on. Don't even bother with this one. 1, which means back it, come back in the last 48 hours and check it out. Or a 2, which is back it for the whale. And right now it should be an obvious 2, but I'm still a little bit confused. So let's see what's inside. This is the Kickstarter price. Includes everything shown plus all the ruins expansion content. So that's the ruins, and that's the small boxes I was talking about. Those are really cool boxes, by the way. They really do add a good deal to the game. I have not played one that I was disappointed with yet. So this is the legacy game, and I can play this without having played the first 2, he asked. Still not fully... I don't feel like I know for 100%. I'm pretty sure that what it's doing is you can carry on your character from the first one and then into this, maybe? But I don't know. I just don't know. Envelope full of 21 mages, awesome. And value of the game, I'm not particularly worried about. Like, this is just, I know with these games, you're just going to get, yeah, 900 cards. Oh my gosh. Oh, it all looks so spectacular with a world map. And oh, this, and I love this. I love this. So many companies don't take this opportunity to really just wow you with the components, and they're doing it right now. What about the replacement cards for the Outcast? There were 2 crystals that were supposed to be sparks, 1 reference card with a typo, and 2 missing card dividers. These will also be... Okay. I feel like that's... I don't know if that's something you put there, maybe? It's just... I feel like that's more of an FAQ thing, but I guess it's there. I like it. Milestone expansion. The Runes expansion is composed entirely of milestone cards and is included in every pledge level. That's spectacular. An exclusive item for Kickstarter backers. Promo. Cool. Funded. Oh, and you're going to hit a lot of these. So I would honestly put these up earlier, too. You know, get people excited. Get people just hyped. Funded. Awesome. New gem. New relic. New spell. 3 treasures. New spell. New gem. This is awesome. Because if you played the game, you know that each one of these just adds its own unique quirk to the game. And it's just so fun to synergize things. So, and you know what I'd actually like to see? You know what I really would love to see? You take all this. Everything we've on, you put it all into one big, comprehensive, cohesive picture just to say, look at this! You don't want to miss this! Because this is going to be a poppin' box right here. I'm excited about just the stretch goals. So, okay, here we go. Pledge level, $79. Awesome. That's the game. Void Anchor. You will receive 1 copy of Aeons and Legacy of Gravehold, including all the stretch goals plus 1 wave of content. Oh, what? 1 wave of content. What does that mean? Did I miss something here? 1 wave of content. An exclusive milestone extension. Did I miss a wave? Waves? Okay, so Void Anchor. You will receive 1 copy of Aeons and Legacy of Gravehold and the Runes expansion, including all unlocked milestones, plus your choice of one of the 5 waves of Aeons and content. Please see what is included in each wave in the graphic on the Kickstarter page. Oh, so you're telling me about the waves without actually showing me the waves yet. Okay, I don't like that. Okay. Because if you would have explained the wave system before we got into the prices, be like, hey, we got this kind of weird system going on here with the waves, but we want to tell you about it before you go there. I feel like that's nicer. So this gets you 2 waves of content. This gets you 3 waves of content, the 4 waves of content, the 5 waves of content, and oh my god, $400. Holy guacamole. That's going to be a hard 2 to sell. Oh, but the waves of... See, so okay. So I just had to keep scrolling. That was the issue there. But that's why I maybe put the waves before. So wave 1, you get this. So this is the 2nd edition, the Depths and the Nameless, and this is all bunny. This is all amazing stuff. Wave 2, yes. So those are the 4 expansions that I think I've reviewed. So I'm all these behind, and it makes me sad because it's such an amazing game. So then we got this is the Legacy and Buried Secrets. So it's the Legacy game. This is another big box expansion, and then this is another. Wow, they put out so much stuff since then. Okay, it's cleanish. You know, I know it's interesting. I'm wondering why go away from the add-on system. I don't know. So $409 is the whale for Aeon's End. And can I give that a 2? Here's what I'm going to say. I have awarded Aeon's End A Bauer's Best Seal is one of my favorite games of all time. I know they can do it. Though it is a little bit confusing, yeah, I'll go with the 2 on this project. I do believe so. Oh, but now, is this part of the... This isn't part of the wave. So this isn't technically the whale, because you know you're going to want this, and you know you're going to want this. So I'd actually like a clearer whale, almost. Wow. So cool. Add-ons. I do like this area, though. It looks nice and clean. This is great. This is just like a nice little shopping area right here. Excellent. Excellent. Let's go check this out. So how many people have taken this? The 51. Yeah, that's a big sell. But those are going to be 51 people who are going to love it. 15, 29, 99. So maybe, do people want the waves? 359. So this is one wave. This is just, that is one wave, and this is just the game. Yes, and it looks like most people just want the game. Okay. Interesting. And I wonder how much they're going to do in the add-ons. Because, oh, you can't get any of that stuff in the add-ons. Really? That's very interesting. I'm wondering if that has something to do with... I don't even know. That's such an interesting choice. I don't think I like it. I think it just makes things clunkier. You know, I always like those Kickstarters that you see where it's like the $1 pledge, the $50 pledge, and the $170 pledge. It's like, there you go. That's what we got. Or even better, where it's just like the 1. It's like, here you go. You can do everything else on the back end. But we're keeping it nice and clean and clear here. And this just doesn't do it for me. I guess, I don't know. Let me know what you think about this section in the comments down below. And clearly, you know, they raised $385,000, so it's working. But, you know, you also have to say, how much is that just because it's Aeon's End? And everybody knows it's spectacular. So what is this? The $20 for the shipping? Okay, that's like one of those big, wider boxes. So, you know, the shipping is what it is. The Void Anchor Pledge, so that means you're $30. Yeah, so the shipping seems pretty reasonable, I do believe here. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Clean and clear. I like it. I mean, I always like it when you put it in their currency a little bit better, but hey, whatever. This is really nice. This is really stinking nice right here. And this shows the fact they've done like 30 plus Kickstarters. Want additional copies of Aeon's End Legacy of Gravehold? I love that. Yes. Awesome. So people can do big buys for maybe countries where they can spread out the price. I like that. It's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, newsletter. Looks good. FAQ updates. Make sure nothing's a flaming dumpster fire. Get out of here. But right now I'm giving this a 2. What are the 3 accessory packs? What size are the cards for the game? Are we paying for shipping? I still think it could have been a little bit more upfront about what exactly this was. It's just like, oh, you haven't played the first? I still don't know. I haven't played the first Legacy game. Should I play the first Legacy game first? Will my character from that go into this? Or is this a whole different experience? Is the story connected? I don't know. So I definitely think there is some confusion here, which I don't like. So let's see. How many? I do want to see how many backers. They have 3,300 backers. And, ooh, 2 comments. That's not that's not good. That's not good. That tells me you didn't ask a question at the end. So you got some cool stuff in here. Looks great. Thanks for the amazing week. We'll be back on Monday with the latest additions to the market. So what did you get? You gave me no room to talk as a backer. You give me nothing to contribute. So just ask a question. Real simple. Like, hey, which of the bosses are you most excited to face? Or which character are you most excited to roll your dude as? You know, get people engaged. You got 3,000 people here who love Aeon's End. You should be trying to get them to talk about Aeon's End. I mean, that just seems like a no-brainer to me. 9 comments. Okay, better. 1. Ow! 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 1 comment out of 3,000. How? Oh. Since the milestone cards, I would just I'd get some questions, because that's the thing. That's how you get bumped up higher on the Kickstarter thing. And the 3 links down below, they are spectacular links talking all about how you can get your project, whatever it may be, to get bumped up higher on the charts, so people are much more likely to see it. Quick question. It looks like this is set up so you have 2 different sides. When you go to play, do you have to be part of... Oh, this is a gameplay question. Okay, cool. Hello, after pledging, I have some options for add-ons, but not all options. For example, a second base game, so I guess they'll be available to the Pledge Manager. Thanks. Yes, they will be available to ads in the games in Pledge Manager. Hopefully you put this question slap dab in the FAQ. When do we get to choose which wave we would like? We have that in the FAQ for your convenience. Awesome. Cool. Looks good. And they do look like they're on point. Tell me you're not doing this by yourself. Oh, okay. So I hope there's a collaborator on here. Hope it. Backer kit. Backer kit's not popping up in there. Oh, there's Indie Sport. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, because I mean, anytime anybody runs a Kickstarter, I always recommend get someone close to you, anybody close to you that can just be your comment person. You know, because most of these comments, you don't need you to answer them. Let's see if I can be the comment person. First one nobody talked about. Here we go. Cynthia, logical next step is New Age. Oh, this is responding to it. Wait, here's a question. Oh man, your audience, man, that's great. You've got like those people, just people that invested in the game. Like this is awesome. So I'd say this is one of those rare exceptions to the rule there. But like if you were just doing a regular Kickstarter, I don't think you'd have as fervent fans. Like look at this, they're just answering everything. Go Aeons and fans. But in the end, I'll give it a 2. I mean, if you really, really want to go deep in Aeon's End, I give it a 2. If not, I give it a 1. Because I think you can play this without playing the first one. But once again, not quite sure. But that is Aeon's End, Legacy of Gravehold. In the end, give it a 2. Looks great. Looks like more Aeon's End goodness. If you enjoy what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. So I'm trying to reach 9,000 subscribers, celebrate my 9-year anniversary of making YouTube content. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.